to talk more about that. Cincinnati got some good news on the injury front as well coming into this game. And we'll update you on that once the game gets started tonight. The Bearcats win the opening tip, and we're underway. There is Abayev fresh off that 18-point debut. The most for a Bearcat freshman in a debut since Sean Kilpatrick back in 2010. He misses his first shot tonight. Now the Panthers line up with Hamilton, Brown, Beam, Chappelle, and Sherrard in the starting five. Long two, rims out there for Chappelle. Offensive rebound for Beam inside, and it is out of bounds off of Cincinnati. Rebounding is a big key tonight, according to head coach Jonas Hayes for Georgia State, keeping Cincinnati off the glass, especially the offensive rebounds, limiting their second chance points. On the inbound, Hamilton gets fouled on the release, so two shots coming for Jelani Hamilton. Jonas Hayes, his fourth season with Georgia State. He has spent time in this city. He was the interim head coach at Xavier. He was on staff for 4 years. He actually guided the team, Terry, to the NIT championship back in 2022. So familiar with this city. He's back now facing Xavier's arch rival from across town.
And boy, is he a talker. He's got a beautiful personality. We'll talk more about that later.
His twin brother Jarvis is on staff, getting spent a lot of time with family as part of the head coaching job. Day Thomas, Sean Abayev, Kirk Krisa, Baba Miller, Mustafa Cham, the starting five for Cincinnati, and too much dribbling there for the big fella. He turns it over. Hamilton challenging Abayev, and good defense from the freshman in transition. Thomas knifing his way through traffic, and a reach in. Malachi Brown tried to pilfer it away. Cincinnati down 2-0, still very early, less than a minute in, Terry, but you kind of talked about at the start of the broadcast. More specifically, what does Cincinnati have to do tonight?
Pace and space. Get out and run, spread the floor so your bigs can operate down low, and then convert from the free throw line. 20 of 30 is not going to get it. Got to be much more efficient. Even with that, Cincinnati won 94-63 against Western Carolina on Monday night. Miller inside, no friendly bounce, and Beam tracks down the rebound and tosses it to Brown, the team's leading point guard from last year. Georgia State, Terry, coming off a loss against Eastern Michigan. What do they have to do tonight? Toughness on the glass. The Bearcats want to dominate the glass so they can get out and run. And also, when they do run, you got to get back in transition because the Bearcats average 13 seconds per possession. They want to get out and light it up. I'll tell you, Terry, Christian Beam has been a monster on the glass so far tonight. He has. So the Bearcats have to do a better job. They were out-rebounded by one in the previous game. Got to do a better job tonight. Jonas Hayes raved about Christian Beam. The type of player he is with a work ethic to match. Skip pass, Abayev puts it on the floor, 8 to shoot. Thomas for three. Yes. Beautiful setup, penetrate, collapse the defense, go whip around, pivot, find your man back in the corner. Day Thomas knocks it down. Thomas had 8 points, 3 assists in the first game of the season on Monday against the Catamounts. Sherrard answers from long range. Yeah, you can't play half defense. You got to play all the way if you're Sean Abayev. And a turnover for Cincinnati. Hamilton wraps it around, and a lay-in once again for Chappelle, and a timeout. Wes Miller, the three, Panthers. Thomas has hit the only shot for Cincinnati so far. Abayev lets the defender go by and rims out on the three. A battle for the rebound inside, and it'll stay at this end. Christian Beam whistled down low. I beg your pardon, they get Brown. So that's his second. Yeah, he was pulling down on Baba Miller as Baba Miller was trying to get the offensive rebound. He's going to have to come out. Remember, this is a team that is top heavy, and they have 7 new transfers and 2 freshmen, and a lot of these guys have never played Division I basketball. Quick entry, and Thomas knocks down the three from the corner again. Georgia State caught sleeping. Day Thomas on a quick outlet to the corner, a release point, knocks down the three. So Micah Tucker just came into the game to replace Brown. Chappelle rises, too strong. Miller reaches up for the rebound. Kirk Krisa runs point guard for Cincinnati, his 4th school. Looking for Cham up top, and a whistle comes in. A little bit of a late whistle. But what a pass by Kurt Krissa. I mean, to get over, he sets the on the ball, gets the on the ball screen, goes down the paint, in the middle of the paint, and just throws sort of a layup alley-oop. And then you get knocked to the ground by Christian Beam.
No shooting foul on the 50-50 ball in the air. Baseline inbound here. And Chum too strong off the glass.
Not a good shot. Take your time. You have the height advantage.
Hamilton drills a three.
And then he does the Michael Jordan palms open saying, I'm hot. You make a couple and all of a sudden you start flexing.
One of those guys from the Atlanta area. Started his career at Iowa State. Now back home at Georgia State. One and done for Cincinnati. Tucker has the rebound. Another Atlanta kid. A tough old school point guard trying to work his way downhill, cut off by Thomas, who's an excellent defender. Tucker too strong, long rebound to Krissa. Chum fills the lane and a rejection, but a foul down low.
It's going to be a blocking foul.
Maybe the team's best player, who hasn't put on the uniform officially yet, but a transfer from Indiana. Big loss for Georgia State, but they're playing really well early tonight.
Well, they're playing at the pace they want to play. Cincinnati wants to play fast, but Georgia State also wants to play fast. They're not going to slow it down just because you're at an advantage, because you have bigger players and probably more superior talent. They want to play the game that they're comfortable playing.
And this is where Cincinnati needs to do a better job. You mentioned it, Terry. Chum missed the first free throw. Now, Cincinnati got away with it on Monday night. They shot 36% from three, forced 22 turnovers, 16-0 advantage in fast breaks. But as you alluded to, they left a lot of meat on the bone at the line.
How about the recovering and the recuperative powers of Sincere Harris? Oh, my goodness.
A putback dunk off the free throw. You don't see that too often. Miller can add that one to his highlight reel.
Oh, my. Baba Miller. He's a guy that's going to have a lot of highlights to put together a reel just before the conference play starts.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I've never seen it in my life.
That's off of Harris, out of bounds. I mean, this is a rarity.
I mean, you push a guy under the basket, he just jumps straight up and on your head. You miss it perfectly. It bounces a couple times softly on the rim, jumps over the back, and then gives this ferocious roar. Baba Miller is a fantastic player.
Got a benefit of that second bounce off the rim. It allowed him to reposition a little bit better, get more under the rim. 5 seconds and a push off. Birthday, the guilty party there on the drive.
I tell you what, Krissa is one of those guys. He gets one of those a game, sometimes two. He beats you to the spot. And then he takes, remember, he slides those, he turns those hips, and then he does the karaoke slide over to the side, beats you to the spot. Then when you hit him, he falls back like somebody I know at this table.
Ioba Birthday, the transfer from Minnow State.
Crisscross, slide to the left.
Krissa gets a good look at a three. And a putback chance for McKinley goes down.
Baba Miller looks at Tyler McKinley and says, what's wrong? You can't dunk it? You can't do what I did?
Well, Cincinnati getting the bench involved. Harris in there and McKinley. Wes Miller said after the game, played 11 players in the win over Western Carolina, but he didn't notice much of a drop-off. Everybody deserved the play.
Got him. Oh, he was timing that. I tell you what. Call him Wolverine because he healed so quickly, but he plays with explosive passion. I mean, if you look at him, he's constantly got his fist balled up when he's not on the ball. He bottles and channels that energy, and then when he's on defense, he's a one-man press. He likes to call himself a one-man press, and he considers himself the best defender in college basketball.
So he tried to come away with a steal there, Terry. He did pick up a lot of fouls in his limited action the other night. And Wes Miller even acknowledged, not talking about Harris specifically, but just some silly fouls. They need to be more disciplined on the defensive end.
That's correct.
Long three, Hamilton.
This is where the Bearcats get the advantage because Miller can bring the ball up and start the offense.
Here's Jordi Rodriguez, another freshman into the game for the first time tonight. Harris trying to create. Spin to the baseline, and a tough contested shot results in a foul.
You know, in baseball, when they have the strikeout, they put the K's in the audience.
Yep.
You need to have something that every time he falls, maybe put an F. Because every time he goes to the basket, he ends up on the floor.
Well, like you said, Terry, he's just a big bundle of competitiveness and just always seems to go to the extreme and be that 110% kind of guy.
Yeah, he takes matchups personally. And when guys score on him, you know, this is basketball. You're going to get beat sometimes. Guys are going to score on you. They're going to have fun. Some guys are going to be on a heater. But you make a layup, you make a free throw, you make anything on him, and he takes it personally. And he will get in your face and try to make it uncomfortable.
Just 1 year at West Virginia last year, but it was a good one. Defensive team in the Big 12, 2 years at Illinois, including a redshirt year. So his junior season now with Cincinnati. Bearcats have scored 6 in a row to tie it at 12. Here's Sherrard looking for Tucker on the cut to the rim, and it's knocked out of bounds. Good hands inside there from Jordi Rodriguez.
Jordi with the bailout. Looked at the official and said, look, I didn't touch him. My hands were in the air. And the official said, you are correct.
Again, Tucker in there for Brown, who picked up the 2 early fouls. Tillery loses it as well. Kick out, extra feed. 3 balls, Celestine drills it.
40% three-point shooter last year at Baylor. 2 of his 4 seasons. Previously, he was a 40% shooter. He's a guy that's instant offense.
Unselfish there for Cincinnati. Had a good look at it from Rodriguez, but he swung it around, and Celestine hits his first shot. Here's Eno. Hamilton, too short. And rebound into the corner, tracked down by Harris. This is where Cincinnati on Monday night really excelled, getting out in transition. Harris fancy to the rim.
Oh, he goes left, Harris. You cut him off, sneak behind the back, kept his dribble going, moved those hips, dipsy underneath the outstretched arm of the defender, put it up off the glass.
Certainly more defensively inclined, only 6 points per game last year at West Virginia, but chipping in offensively early tonight. Sherrard fakes it and can't finish it. Up ahead, Harris ahead of the pack.
Is he hurt? The recuperative previous timeout to this timeout, they come out 0 for 3 during that stretch. The Bearcats were 5 of 6.
Well, Cincinnati clamping it down defensively, as you mentioned, Kelsey, and a lot of that corresponding to when Sincere Harris came into the lineup, and he's chipped in offensively as well. Eno kicks it, and a turnover almost up top for Tillery, 5 to shoot. Berthy gives it up. Brown back in with the 2 fouls, has to fire. That's a shot clock violation.
Tremendous team defense. Keyshawn Tillery on the ball. The switch out by Sincere Harris. And then Jordi Rodriguez finishing off the defensive set.
So the scoring drought continues for Georgia State. They are 0 of their last 6. Off the catch and curl, Rodriguez. A high rebound up top for Anthony Eno, the transfer from Jessup, but it's taken away in the backcourt. Dangerous pass up top, finds Keyshawn Tillery, another highly regarded freshman. Over to Rodriguez, the Spaniard comes up short. And Brown back in there with the 2 fouls, picked him up early, but Jonas Hayes recognizing an important moment here. His team down, and the bank's open at night. I thought they were open on Saturdays during the day for a while, but not Friday nights. Eno banks it in. Rodriguez, open look. Doesn't have the answer. Eno the rebound. Now Eno does have 3-point range. He looks like somebody that would be playing in the post, 6'7", 225. But he has some 3-point range and a great work ethic as well. That's good as well for Berthay. So a couple of 3s in a row to get back within 1.
They're back in the groove. This team can shoot it. You got to go out. Don't think what they did in the first game was indicative of what this team is. No, that game got away from them. on the road against Eastern Michigan.
Celestine rolls out, and a rebound, a chance for Georgia State once again to take the lead. They led for the majority of this contest at the opening moments, and then the 13-0 run for the Bearcats. Brown getting inside, hopping back, and too strong. Rodriguez grabs the miss. Tries to cross it over and got it clanked off the foot, and a foul on the freshman afterwards. Sherrard hustling back defensively.
Yeah, and Sherrard picked his pocket of Rodriguez, and then Rodriguez sort of just casually tried to go get the ball. He didn't really go after it. And then watch this. He picks him, just punches the ball away on that three right there that you didn't see. Believe me, it went in. But I didn't like the effort of Rodriguez. Once he got his pocket picked, he just sort of casually tried to go back and retrieve the ball. And this team is desperately playing to try to get a win, and you just didn't see championship effort on that play. So he comes out.
Wes Miller talked about Rodriguez, the Spaniard who's still adjusting to the NCAA rules from the FIBA rules. He said otherwise it has been a seamless transition for the freshman. Unforced turnover and one for Sincere Harris.
That's another F for falling that you can put behind in the cheerleading section. But he went right at the defender to make sure he drew the foul because he was still sliding. And then he puts it up high off the glass. I'll tell you what, he is fantastic in transition. Reminds me of a lot of Marcus Smart for the Los Angeles Lakers, former Defensive Player of the Year 2022. He's a guy that puts pressure on you defensively, but opportunistic offensively, gets out in transition and is very good on the fast break.
And caps off the three-point play. So Georgia State went from a chance of taking the lead to down 4 again after the unforced error. Tucker back in for the point guard duties, and a foul up top by Thomas. And Wes Miller's not pleased about that one.
No, he likes pressure, but he doesn't like just silly fouls.
They committed a lot of them.
2 fouls on Thomas.
So you have Hamilton, I beg your pardon, Brown with 2 for Georgia State, and now 2 for Thomas for the Bearcats. Abayev back in to replace Thomas. Hamilton back on the floor now for Georgia State as well. He has it in the corner here, and a bump foul by Harris. That's going to be his second as well. So 9 points and now 2 fouls in 6 minutes for Sincere Harris, and it's becoming a similar script to the other night against Western Carolina. Some early fouls for Cincinnati.
Well, that's what happens when you play pressure defense. You're going to foul. I mean, there's just no way around it because you're too close. The offense always has the advantage. You just have to make sure that you're not too close. I think the way is pretty much pressure.
Tucker struggling to get it in. Eno misses at the rim. Cooper denied. The transfer from Oregon. Scrappy down on the floor, can't come away with it. Miller over to Abayev in transition, but he took a step.
Yeah, you can't do the James Harden in college. You
got to at least develop a name for yourself a little bit first.
Yeah, you know, you can't do the hop step, slide step, chili sauce. Yeah, Morris Day in the time is not playing right now. You got to make sure you pass that one.
Now Abayev, highly regarded, an All-American in high school. Cincinnati's highest rated recruit since Lance Stevenson, but not that kind of get away with it yet. Fall away jumper, Hamilton, too short. We go down to Kelsey.
Right now he is getting stretched out by team trainer Bob Mangine. Looks like he's getting stretched out lower body, but just keep an eye on him.
Thank you, Kelsey. That was Celestine. Missed the beginning of it there, but Jalen Celestine, the transfer from Baylor, who's getting worked on by Bob Mangine. And
it took work for him to get back to play at the opener. You know, he has been out. He didn't play much in the exhibition game versus Michigan. In fact, he had street clothes on, but he's been working himself in practice, trying to get back ready, and that's the reason why he hasn't had the minutes that he wants, because they're trying to work him back. He's been dealing with some stiffness.
And more missed free throws for Cincinnati. They are 3 of 6 at the line tonight, and it's going Georgia State's way. Now the heating pad on that lower back for Celestine.
But once again, we talk about those free throws.
Now, Cham particularly has struggled. Panthers down 4. Top of the key to Hamilton coming off the screen. Now Sherrard. Eno's been a bright spot off the bench tonight for the Panthers. He'll try again from 3, but Miller gets a hand to it. Tillery leads the break. Feeds Cham running the lane, and a really hard foul. Tried to slam it down, but he's going back to the line.
At the line for the Cats, 2-2. And 52, Mustafa Cham.
So once again, Mustafa Cham at the line after the play was deemed a common foul on that run to the basket in transition. The foul on James Cooper, his second. So he picks up 2 in only 2 minutes of action, and it puts Cham at the line where he is 0 of 2 so far tonight, and Cincinnati's only 50% as a unit.
This is the 62nd year for Georgia State basketball. 125, double them up for Cincinnati basketball. So landmark years for both programs. And all year long, the Bearcats will be celebrating that 125 as he misses another free throw for the Bearcats. Cham does.
He goes 1 of 2. 2 programs that in their own right are storied. The top performing team in the state of Georgia that's had a lot of success in the Sun Belt and going to tournaments the last couple of years, giving Cincinnati a fight tonight in their home building. Hamilton off the back lead. That's a creative shot there against the traffic inside.
Yeah, too much movement within the paint without touching the body. The Bearcats got to be more physical, but for Georgia State, they are playing exactly how they want to play. They're getting every shot they want to get.
Miller crosses it over on Chappelle. He stays right with him. Blocks. Christian Beam, little late to the spot. It's a goaltending violation. He almost got there, Terry.
Jonas Hayes almost did in the squat position. He couldn't believe it. He thought that was a block. I mean, he got the pivot, the drop step, put it up. Too close. Yeah, it was close. Is it in the cylinder? I couldn't tell if it was in the cylinder from that angle. But that's how they want to play defensively, and offensively the Bearcats got what they wanted.
Chappelle, he's really one of the few guys on this Georgia State roster that can match up size-wise with Baba. That's a fun matchup. 2 long, lanky guys. Shot clock at 7. Brown rises, and Miller up there for the rebound, beats Chappelle to the spot. Over to Krisa, and a travel. Indecisive there, wanted to shoot, wanted to drive, both at the same time.
Yeah, Krisa, is one of his favorite moves is the pump fake sidestep three-pointer. And I thought he was going to do it on that one, but he tried to sidestep while he was in the air. That's illegal. Got to pass that ball.
Now, one thing I noticed the other night, Terry, he goes with Kerr on his jersey name.
Yes.
The European soccer flair there, with some guys going with their first name or preferred name on the jersey. And another reach again for Cincinnati, that time Abayev.
Abayev had his left arm around the back. The things that you got away with in high school and AAU, you can no longer, you got to break those habits. Yes, he's an All-American. Yes, he's very talented offensively, but the other side of the ball is what's challenging him on this level. The minute he gets better defensively, just to the point where he's serviceable defense, it's going to open up his entire game.
Hamilton dribbles out of the corner. He's got the mismatch right now with Cham on him. The drive, the kick, Birthday in the corner. Miller grabs another rebound. It's his 6th of the night. Chum trying to get position inside.
What a touch, big to big, 6'11" to 7'2", sealed down low in the middle. Just got big as a condor with those wings over there. Nice jump hook in the paint.
And not much Beam could do either defensively. He's playing with a foul, and he's so important inside for this Georgia State team, not wanting to pick up a second in this first half. Trying to flash down low there, maybe an alley-oop chance. Hamilton didn't see it. Shot clock under 10 again. Brown. Chappelle with 2. He's got it.
Chappelle, what a 15-footer top of the key in traffic.
Joa Chappelle, only a sophomore. He was the freshman of the year last year at Pearl River Community College in their conference. Chum can shoot it. He has some range. That one's short. Beam reaches for the rebound. Hamilton bursts to speed to the baseline. And that is the 7th team foul on Cincinnati, so Hamilton will shoot 1 and 1.
I mean, look at the high-low. Just big, one dribble, got into his space, didn't even square up all the way. Just a beautiful touch. Wes Miller loves that. And then Chappelle, not a laughing matter. Wonder if he's kin to Dave Chappelle.
Well, Cincinnati's certainly not laughing at the way he's playing, taking him seriously. Chappelle has been great tonight, matching up with Miller. 4 points, a rebound, and an assist for the big man. Jack of all trades kind of player, according to Jonas Hayes, and you're really seeing everything that he's put together tonight.
You know, one thing you don't want to see as a home team is for the away team to get comfortable. And this team got comfortable. They were in here listening to the music. They were comfortable in the warm-ups. The coach lets them have a loose atmosphere. He's joking around with them, but they have a serious demeanor. And then now they're in this ball game.
27-24, Cincinnati up 3. Celestine fall away. Chum, I beg your pardon, McKinley down there cleans it up, feeds Harris cutting to the rim, and he gets hacked and out of bounds. No foul, it is out of bounds. A clean strip there inside for Georgia State. Keeps it at this end.
Put another F in the cheerleading section. Another ground fall. But he attacks the basket. That's what he does. He doesn't mind getting on the ground, doesn't mind getting dirty. If you're going to play rough like that, he wants you to play rough on both ends. Let him be a little rough.
Baseline inbound over to the corner. Harris matched up with Brown. And that's an offensive foul.
Yeah, that's just silly. That's his 3rd foul now. So now he goes to the bench. They put him back in, trusting him that he would be smart enough to be, you know, he's a wise defender. But then you get one on offense, and it takes away. Now you have to sit the rest of the 5 minutes. Day Thomas comes back in. He also has 2 fouls.
Georgia State back on offense. A 3 ties it. Kelsey, they're doing all of this shorthanded, as we've mentioned.
Yeah, Anthony, I've been spending some time down here by the Georgia State bench, and one of the most vocal players on this bench has been Trey Scott. As you know, that was a big loss for them to not have him tonight. He's got a boot on that right foot, but he has been in this game offering advice to his teammates.
Thanks, Kelsey. You love to see that. A guy that's unavailable due to injury. Newton as well, who's out tonight. The big transfer from Indiana, but still finding ways to contribute.
Celestine got a technical on that foul. He pushed, and then he looked at the official and had something to say while he had the ball in his hand with a little growl on his face, and the official instantly put that whistle in his mouth and slapped him with one.
So after the miss, Celestine grabbed the rebound, but as you mentioned, good eye, Terry, wordy with the official. And now Hamilton, 2 free throws and the basketball for Georgia State. He cans them both, and it's a 1-point game.
Remember, this team in the exhibition game was right in it and nearly beat Georgia. They were in it all the way to the end. Only lost by a few points in that game. This team is used to playing tough competition and competing at a high level.
And now the original foul called on the rebound attempt. Chappelle, 1 of 1, misses the front end. Great pass. McKinley, the high riser, is denied. What a block from
Get
Beam.
out of here. My goodness, Christian with a beam from heaven. Tyler McKinley goes up for it. He goes, not so fast, my friend.
Wow.
Get it out of here. And then stares down at him. I think he got a little taller. The headband. McKinley squared, saw him. Gonna have to get his money back.
Christian Beam has played fantastic tonight down low. Has not scored a ton, but the defense and rebounding have been fantastic. All while not picking up a second foul late in this first half.
Christian with the baptism.
And McKinley can throw it down with the best of them. He was really putting him up there during warm-ups. He lost it in the lane there. Brown hasn't had much room to facilitate tonight. Berthe puts it on the floor, trying to get it out to Beam, but Rodriguez comes over to help out the cause, and a tie-up possession arrow keeps it with Georgia State. 11 on the shot clock.
This game is getting fun. I like the competition on both sides. I like the fight. And there's, I mean, when you think about the coach that, you know, you implement your strategy, remember that he won the NIT championship in 22, all the way in New York, taking over the interim spot when Travis Steele was relieved of his duties. He took over and led him all the way to the chip.
2 seconds, Hamilton for three. And long rebound and a foul. Krisa had it and then had it knocked away by Isaiah Sherrard. So free throws for Cincinnati with the 1-and-1.
You know, the Bearcats are not playing that bad. It's the little things. It's the fouls that got them in the bonus. It's the silly fouls, the ones that are out, not in scoring position, those fouls. And Georgia State, to their credit, they're making tough shots. They're making shots with hands in the face. The defender is close, but not close enough on this level to stop a guy from shooting. So you have to be able to play pressure defense without fouling, and then make them take shots that are tough. You're not going to block every shot, but you have to make them take the shots that they're not comfortable taking.
And they're being physical too, Terry. You talked about it with Beam and his big block a couple of moments ago. They're a physical team. They're not shying away from a power 4 opponent. Krisa makes them both. It's been a struggle area for Cincinnati as well. They're 6 of 10 so far tonight, and the lead back to 3 with just over 4 minutes to go in the first half. Kicked out of bounds.
In 2022, R.J. Hunter attempted 19 three-pointers in a game. That's a lot of three-pointers. When your dad's the coach, you can get away with that. He made 253 that year. This team is a little comfortable. Hamilton's going to have a long way to go, but you can tell he's aggressive.
He is. Hung in the air there, couldn't finish it, but great defense to get back in the play. And Hamilton, the steal and slam to get within 1.
Don't call that a slam. The steal and layup.
Looked like he was going to go for the slam until he didn't. Kind of jumped the gun a little bit there. Nonetheless, a great defensive play to convert to the offense. Rodriguez gives it up. Krisa. That's a 3.
He's a great shooter going left. He likes to get that smooth. He gets feet down, hands ready. Great execution.
Patient shot for Brown, everything but the make. But an offensive rebound. Chappelle up top, 3 on the way. Second bounce doesn't go. That is Chris Jones into the game for the first time tonight. Here this week, 88-48.
Very good program Dayton has.
Cincinnati in a fight in this one. Krisa, very patient. Floater goes down.
It's a great shot, especially if you're defensive and you're scared for the roll dunk, and if your defender in the middle just keeps falling back, trying to take away the dunk, and you just hit the floater.
Miller aggressive up top, helps out with the steal. Rodriguez flips it. Miller flying to the rim and 1.
You're not supposed to have a 6'11" guy running the floor on this level, that fluid, able to finish in transition. He has been a monster on the glass with 7 rebounds so far, 6 on the defensive side, but so fluid. Twisting of the body to kiss it off the glass. You know what time it is. It's Miller time.
Now Cincinnati now a 7-0 run. They had the 13-0 run earlier to jump out to a lead after Georgia State took the early lead. And now a 7-0 run for Cincinnati. Wes Miller talked about that after the game against Western Carolina. He said we have to be better at fighting through opponent runs and then counteracting that with runs of our own. So far, that message has been well received tonight against the Panthers. Lead up to 9 thanks to this run. Inside Hamilton, he's been the source of offense lately. Looking for Beam, but Mustafa Chum got a hand to it first. Thomas to the corner. Krisa gives it up. Thomas for 3. Chum has the offensive rebound, and a quick shot is too strong. Georgia State finally comes away with it. It was scrambled there for a moment.
They wanted that one. Needed to see the ball go in the hoop.
Chappelle, and now Hamilton for 3.
Another rebound by Miller.
Inside, good position down low for Chum. Rolls off the rim.
Not bad defense by Beam. I mean, I know he was down low.
High arcing shot off the back rim for Micaiah Tucker.
Beam has his hands full down low with Chum. Not a bad possession right there. I know that Chum got every shot he wanted in that play, but he only got one shot. No chance for the second opportunity.
That's a key tonight for Georgia State, limiting those second chance opportunities, forcing one and dones. Krisa from the mid-range. Miller had it and then lost it.
He is active on the glass, I'll tell you what.
Beam running the floor, trying to get Chum in the air. Big man holds his ground. This is a 2-for-1 situation here for Georgia State. Chappelle off to the right. Beam the rebound. Jones, quick trigger.
And Chum is gassed. That was a Danny Fortson move. You get that rebound and you just sort of wait for the guard to come get it so you can get a little air.
About a 2-second difference shot in game clock. Thomas has it for Cincinnati. Bearcats up 7. Thomas gives it off to the slam. Mustafa Chum, right before the half comes to a close. Certain areas, Terry, but at the same time, you also don't want to just go in and blow every opponent out in the non-conference either. It's good to be tested every now and then.
Well, it's like a parent. You know, your kid does something, and instead of you complaining of what happened, no, you just sit there and let them work through the adversity because they're going to build character through that. You can't always protect them from things that go bad, but you have to teach in those moments.
After the Kerr Krisa air ball, it's back to Georgia State. First possession of the second half.
Much better shooter going left.
Christian Beam played an excellent first half, especially defensively for Georgia State. Hamilton hops in the lane and short arms his first shot of the second half. A miscommunication there. That's a backcourt violation. Chum and Krisa on the wrong page, but a foul. So Cincinnati getting bailed out here. Jelani Hamilton is called for a foul on that dribble handoff that resulted in the bad pass.
Yeah, I didn't see that. They had to go to the replay on that one. He's smiling, but I didn't. Yeah, they got bailed out on that one.
I mean, that appeared to be going the other way, and all of a sudden the official came in and said, no, a foul first before the backcourt violation. Thomas misfires, rebound Chappelle, who also played really well in that first half. The jack of all trades kind of player. Long 2, and that's good for Malachi Brown. He didn't get to really play to his full potential, Terry, in the first half because of the 2 early fouls.
Worst thing you can do as a defender is overrun the ball. When you do that, you put the defense at a disadvantage. Now it's 5-on-4.
Thomas lays it off, and Chum has it knocked away. Georgia State thought that was off of the big fella, but it'll stay at this end.
Chum last year was the only center in Division I that averaged 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks. at the power 4 plus Big East level.
Certainly a talent down there. Had the dunk going into the locker room. Thomas, quick to the rim. Cut off baseline, out to Krisa for 3. Rodriguez, I beg your pardon. Abayev tips it out. That's a long 3. Thomas. Another rebound inside. Cham had it for a moment and leaks all the way out to Thomas again. Abayev, the spin in the lane. And nothing falling for Cincinnati, but you mentioned it, Terry, the foul on the elbow to put Abayev at the line. It has been a much different night for Abayev this evening after 18 in the opener. He is still scoreless so far tonight.
Well, he's having a hard time adjusting to what Georgia State is doing. They're playing him with a half man, a man in front of him and a half man shading the lane. And he likes to do a lot of wheeling and turning when he does that. When he does that, there's always a defender there. And if he can just get a rhythm by making one shot, and sometimes free throws will help you get that rhythm, but if you can see that ball go through the net, he's a guy that can run off several in a row.
Georgia State, multiple defensive stops, but the biggest concern for Jonas Hayes coming into this game was the rebounding, and they gave up a couple of second chances there, and it results in 2 free throws for Abayev, his first points of the night. He's only taken 2 shots from the floor.
It's great defense by Baba Miller, denying his guy.
Looking for the back cut, not there to Hamilton. Trying to free up Sherrard, that's not there either. Beam down to 3 to shoot, and Thomas comes from behind to take it away. Over to Krisa, back to Miller!
Oh, my goodness!
And 1! Hammer
Here's to
time!
good friends! It is Miller time. Look at the play, the spin around, the behind the back, the drop off, and you know what it is. If there's another 6'11" player that runs the floor better than Baba Miller, bring him to Clifton, because I haven't seen it. There's something that's good, maybe. But I'll tell you what, this guy is special.
Wes Miller said teams have to decide how they're going to defend this guy. He can shoot it a little bit from long range. He can put it on the floor and drive it. He didn't mention the high-flying dunks in transition, but you can add that to the list as well.
I got a little tune for you. Da-na-na, da-na-na. Yeah, that's a Sports Center top 10.
Chappelle loses it. Miller once again, he passes it this time. Over to Abayev. Cincinnati a bit out of sorts in this transition opportunity. Abayev nearly throws it away. Miller on the reverse. Going deep into the bag of tricks tonight.
Euro scouts love because of his versatility. He can shoot, he can handle the ball, he can play make, and he can rebound, and he's got toughness.
Miller tonight, 12 points, 8 rebounds. He is closing in on a second double-double to open up the season. Georgia State went into the locker room down 9. It's now a 14-point deficit. Only made 1 shot in this second half. It was Brown on that baseline jumper earlier. 2-man game here with Eno and Sherrard. Rims out for Eno. He had a good first half. He banked in that 3, played some good minutes. Now he has to defend Mustafa Cham down low. Double team, kick out, swing it around. Abayev fumbles it. Baseline drive, swing it. Look at this passing for Cincinnati. Miller puts it on the floor with 10 to shoot, just backing his way in, and earns another trip to the line.
Just the strength. You know, he has functional strength, put on some weight, but when you win Mike Rayfield in the Monster Factory, I asked him how much weight he wants to put on, and he just said, I just want to get stronger. He wants his body to look like Giannis Antetokounmpo. He said that's one of his favorite players. Big guy with strength, with length, and able to muscle his way to the basket.
You know, I thought of that earlier, Terry, and you don't want to just start throwing comparisons around to a guy, especially such as Giannis, but you mentioned earlier, if you know somebody that runs the floor at 6'11" like that, find him and bring him to me. And the only guy that I could really think of, I guess maybe Victor Wembanyama as well now, who's kind of taken over the NBA, and he's doing it at 7'4". but Giannis was the first guy that came to mind for me.
Yeah, and he's got the Euro in his game.
Yeah.
So when you look at him, he's coming at you full speed, and you try to get in front of him and take the charge, and he sidesteps you and puts it in.
1 of 2 at the line there for Miller. Georgia State could really use a bucket here to halt some of this momentum. Hamilton's been the go-to guy.
Good closeout by Baev.
They've had a lot of late shot clock situations tonight. That is a good-looking shot. Chappelle once again with a hand in his face.
Coach Hayes said he would be much taller if he took off those high platform shoes he had on.
A good-looking shot. It breaks the ice for Georgia State.
They preached about, Fraschilla talked about competitiveness and teamwork and all the other stuff. And then Kenyon Martin, you know one thing he was going to talk about, toughness.
See a lot of the ESPN analysts around the country checking in with different schools along the way from their connections with all the coaches around the country. Seth Greenberg makes some appearances as well. Saw him at halftime. Tucker drills the 3. And a little momentum now, Terry, on Georgia State's side after making a few shots.
Well, you keep missing free throws for the Bearcats, and they keep making shots. Bearcats are 11 of 17 from the free throw line once again.
Abayev, lane parts, and he lays it in.
Quick right to left crossover, knows what to do once he gets in the air.
And a better second half so far for Abayev, attacking the basket more after being shut out in the first half, scoring-wise. Gets his hands on that ball, and it is off of Sherrard.
I mean, you get this kick out, feet set, defender nowhere to be found. Kerr got hit in the paint. And then the quick crossover, Abayev off the glass. You know he's a potent scorer. All it takes is a couple to get going. But the Bearcats got to get stops because Georgia State is cooking for the three-point line, especially if you leave them open.
Too short for Celestine. The first time we have seen Jalen Celestine back in the game since he had that heating pack on his back earlier in the first half. But good to see him return to action.
I didn't like the shot. I know he's a great standstill shooter, but I thought if it was something that he can get off of a screen, something in motion, to hold it, roll it in his hands, and then shoot it is not the thing. And then you see that, throw it off the back. Micah Tucker. Chrissa had his back to him. He just threw it off his back, grabbed it, and put it up and got fouled.
An old school kind of play for an old school kind of guard, according to Jonas Hayes. So 2 at the line after getting fouled after the heads-up play.
He fell on his wrist in the first game versus Eastern Michigan and was rolling on the ground holding his wrist. And then he didn't move under the basket. Ref stopped the play and he got up and walked to the bench nice and fine, but he has some tape on that that left wrist of his.
Well, it certainly doesn't impact him on those 2 free throws. He cans them both. It's back to a 10-point game. And again, the management of runs, something Cincinnati here, and even Georgia State throughout this game, but it was a focal point for Wes Miller after the win against Western Carolina. Managing the runs, and they're having to manage one right now. 3-on-2 for the Panthers. Tucker wide open, tons of time. Just couldn't envision it going in. Hamilton open as well. High archer goes down.
Wes Miller does not like what he sees. Back in along with Miller and Jordy Rodriguez.
Set play over to Thomas, getting him from the off-ball screen. Chum, kick out. Rodriguez lets the defender go by. Chum blocked from behind. Chappelle.
That's one thing that Chum's got to do a better job of. He gets off the rebound, and he likes to lay the ball up off the glass. At 7'2", there's no layups in basketball for 7'2" guys. Dunk the basketball.
The things I would do to be 7'2".
Come on.
Thomas cut off. Excellent defense from Tucker. He's a pit bull guarding the basketball. Forces a contested long-range shot, and here he goes at the other end. Tucker has come alive in the second half for the Panthers.
And just like that, it's a 5-point game.
Trying to get his shoe back on at the other end as Rodriguez takes advantage of the 5-on-4.
Quick transition basket. The Bearcats are averaging 13 seconds per possession. Coach Wes Miller said he wants it much quicker. He wants single digits.
Chappelle. Berthet gives it up. Chappelle rising to the rim, but it rolls out. Second try, Miller stuffs it. Everything but the finish for Joa Chappelle.
3 blocks now for Baba Miller.
Wide open in the corner, Miller. Stuff at one end, 3 on the other.
Why not?
That's a 5-point swing. -2 for Georgia State, +3 for Cincinnati.
And the NBA scouts are licking their chops at a chance to get a guy like Baba Miller.
Long 2, that's kind of been his spot tonight, Terry. Chappelle once again.
Yeah, top of the key. Big man, that's a beautiful shot, the elbows.
Only a sophomore. Now reach around from Eno. Trying to take it away from Chum. That's a tough one-on-one match. December. Xavier is at Xavier this year. Miller throws that one away. And the Panthers trying to continue to get a little bit closer tonight. Hamilton has not been shy about firing from way outside the arc. Miller walks.
Yeah, so he was going full speed, and he drops the ball right there. Hand the ball to the official. But he's going full speed. He likes to go in Euro step in traffic. He's going to come out. Tyler McKinley comes back in. But if he jump stops, he sees the defender there. If he just jump stops, pivot, and find a shooter, it's a better play, better option.
Cincinnati with some pressure here to try to thwart the Panthers, and it works out. Not a true half-court trap, but enough pressure from behind by Harris to force the travel for Berthet.
And Tyler McKinley just scared him, just spooked him. He turned around, and McKinley was in position to defend.
So we're travel on each end
right now.
Yeah. Thomas into the lane, gets it pinned. Beam was there once again. Berthet leaking ahead of the pack. No play for Tucker to get it to him. Hamilton, catch, curl, lob outside and into the seats. Third-year Bearcat Day-Day Thomas knocks it in there.
The undersized Georgia State Panthers are tied in blocks. 3 for Cincinnati and 3 for the Panthers of Georgia State. They are competing at the rim every possession, and that's how Coach Jonas Hayes wants his team competing. If you ever talk to Coach Hayes, man, he's got a lot of old wisdom in him. Shout out to Lavita Jamie Gentry, his grandmother, and Roosevelt Hayes, who he spent a lot of time just getting the wisdom, sitting in their lap, understanding the wisdom of the elders.
Hamilton surveying, what a pass. Slithers it through to Eno. Back to Hamilton, shot clock winding down, and it runs out. A really good pass. Anthony Eno just could not handle it down low.
Mustafa Cham holds the presence. He got underneath the basket, and Cham was there. He had to pump fake like a vacated oil well a couple times, and then just dribbled out, and shot clock ran out.
Jonas Hayes certainly happy with that offensive production despite the shot clock violation. Now his team hoping for a stop. Krisa misses a wide open runner, and Cham the offensive rebound. Thomas denies the screen. Weaving his way through, fall away. Beam the good position, but a longer reach for Cham. McKinley knifing outside. Krisa Good rebound for Hamilton. He got whacked in the head. Officials didn't see that one.
Looks a lot like Caleb Williams out there.
He does a little bit, doesn't he?
He does.
Pick and slip. Eno hasn't used the dribble yet. Now he does to free himself from Chom.
Good rebound by McKinley.
McKinley for three. That is Georgia State basketball.
Yeah, good hustle by Rodriguez. Just went straight under the legs of Beam as he was trying to retrieve the loose ball. You can't get mad at that effort. I mean, he tracked it all the way down, and you just actually that was not Beam. That was Eno.
Well, they've both been around the basket for rebounds so much tonight. Eno has 4 of them, Beam with 5. Chappelle, the leader, with 8. He has 8 and 8, closing in on a double-double himself. Not on the floor right now. That's knocked into the first row again. Those patrons are certainly getting their money's worth tonight.
That's what they wanted. You know, you pay big money for the front row seats.
That little kid is looking up saying, oh my gosh, they are huge, Dad. Out of the range of Brown, and a unforced turnover once again. You know, for the most part, Terry, they've played pretty clean basketball. Cincinnati's forced some turnovers with the good defense, a couple of shot clock violations, but every now and then just an unforced error for the Panthers to kind of shoot themselves in the foot.
And this Bearcats team is a team that just can't seem to just stand prosperity. Every time they get a run going, they lax on defense, and Georgia State makes them pay.
Thomas, another corner three.
Beautiful setup by Bayev in the corner. 40% three-point shooter last year in Day Thomas.
Backdoor slip and hammer time for Sherrard.
I mean, they are executing at a high level, and this is a great test for the Bearcats. More importantly, a great test for Georgia State. They know they can compete with just about anybody.
Open three again. Krisa, not that time.
Tyler McKinley.
Thomas once more. He's got more. Give him 3.
You know, Tyler McKinley last game had 2 points, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks, 3 steals and 2 blocks. He does all the little things. He's a winner.
Hamilton to the baseline, and it is a foul. Going up amongst the tall bodies in there. Going to the line.
The kick out by McKinley. Day Thomas hits the long 3. Do the hustle. Everybody sees the 3-point shot, but reward the guy that goes in there and does all the dirty work. McKinley was the Ohio Player of the Year in 24, led Link Academy to a national championship. He was coming off the bench. The starting center got injured the game before in the Final Four. He started that game, had 17 points and 8 rebounds, and led his team to a national Geico championship. He's a winner. He's played on the elite levels. Came back home to play at Winton Woods under former UC Bearcat Mike Pilgrim. Had a cup of coffee with the Bearcats, but he is a guy that helped develop him, and his brother Alex played at Northern Kentucky. Mentor, kept him away from all the leeches and vultures that try to get to high school athletes.
Did you get paid to put the Geico ad in there too, Terry?
Yeah, I did. I got insurance. That's my insurer.
There you go.
Get a month worth.
Hamilton made both free throws to make it a 10-point game again. Panthers try for a stop at this end. Miller back in there for Cincinnati. Hopping his way and grabbed. James Cooper.
Every league he's played on in high school, he's been the player of the year. I mean, he's a young guy with big heart. He thinks he's the best player on the floor every time he's on the floor, and that's what you want in your point guard. You want somebody who's not afraid of the challenge, always meets the moment, but you also have to realize that every time you're on the floor in the major Division I basketball, you cannot take a play off, especially as the head of the snake at the point guard position.
On the sideline right now, watching Baba Miller shoot free throws, 1 and 1 in the bonus for Cincinnati, and he goes 1 of 2.
This is going to become a point of concern going forward. You're missing nearly double-digit free throws every game.
They've been better in this second half, but 12 of 19 tonight. Deflected pass ends up in Miller's hands. Off the mark for Abayev and tipped out. Grabbed by Berthet. It's been a quiet night for Malachi Brown. Played early with the 2 fouls, hit his first shot of the second half, but has disappeared for long stretches at a time. Trying to heat up late in the second half as Georgia State climbs back in. Great feed, everything but the finish inside for Jones, but a chance for 2 at the line.
Just wheeled around in the paint. Pump fake, got players in the air with the dump down, but he's doing exactly what he should do as a smaller point guard. Malachi Brown, Seton Hall transfer, using that body, getting into the paint, pump faking, getting the bigs to commit, and then dumping down for the bigger guys to finish around the basket.
James Cooper Terry is going to be an interesting player for Georgia State this year because he's played 4 years at Oregon, which is a very good program with Dana Altman out there on the West Coast, but he only played in 28 games total. So how do you truly evaluate a guy that was obviously recruited to play at the high major level for one of the best programs in the country, but didn't get to play? How's that talent versus experience going to factor in for Cooper?
Well, you practice every day and you get good habits on that level. So you're going against guys that are playing and competing on a major level. You may not get all the minutes, but every day in practice, you're sharpening the knife and sharpening your skills against that high major talent. So when you do come to a level like Georgia State, you're able to compete at this level with efficiency.
You think of the guys that Oregon has pumped out in recent years: Peyton Pritchard, Chris Bouchard,
Dylan Brooks,
just to name a few. Cooper makes them both. Rodriguez on the switch, Eno, and now dumped down. Cincinnati gets the switch they want with Hamilton guarding Miller.
Good pass.
Over to Harris after the double team, and he missed it. Rebound Chappelle as he inches closer to a double-double tonight. And a bump foul on Rodriguez. Oh, they get Harris, I beg your pardon. So it is his 4th.
And Wes Miller's just looking at him like, so? You're not coming out of this game. This is a crucial part right here. You're going to have to play through it. And we believe you're smart enough to not pick up that 5th foul. Look at that.
There he goes. Right after the foul, he gets the steal, leads to Krissa, and 2 free throws for the Estonian.
You know what? When you're a great defensive player and you foul and you hurt the team in that manner because they get the ball back, to make up for it in the next possession, get the steal. This is why he says, self-proclaimed, he was the first team Big East defender, Big 12 defender, but he says he is the best defensive player in college basketball, and he shows you every day he's on the floor with his effort.
Cha coming back in, and McKinley out. Malachi Brown out for Georgia State. Tucker back in, who's played really good minutes in this second half. Couple of threes. 9 points for Tucker tonight to set a new early season career high. Hamilton, wraparound feed, Eno, extra kick, Sherrard, short, punched out Rodriguez, beat Sherrard to the spot. Double team on the freshman, and he gives it up.
Yeah, so he got trapped, and he's falling out of bounds trying to make a pass. Nobody's coming to the basketball, and he just throws it away instead of staying strong, split the double, and throw it off their leg if you need be.
Eno. Rebound Miller.
Should be attack middle.
He goes that way, but loses it. Tucker looking, still looking. And a tie-up. Possession arrow to Georgia State.
Yeah, I didn't like the move to the middle by Cham. I thought it was a little soft. He's dribbling the ball too high. You need a crab dribble. You get 2 dribbles max as a post player. You get 1 dribble to fill the defense. The second dribble's got to be a long step to the middle to gain it, to gain momentum, to get that hook shot in there. And he was sort of patting the ball, sort of the evolution. you know, when you're in Senegal, his first sport was soccer. So from the waist down, he's elite. He moves well in the paint for rebounds and block shots. But his hands are, he's got a great touch offensively, but dribbling the basketball is not something he was comfortable with.
How about that drive for Tucker? Everything but the finish. A little too much spin off the window. Rodriguez sends it to the camera well.
He threw it to the corner and looked at Day-Day as if it was Day-Day's fault, Day-Day Thomas. And Day-Day Thomas just looked at him and said, yeah, my fault. Yeah, he's trying to, that's leadership right there, saying, yeah, that's my fault. It's not his fault. He threw the ball away without looking.
Rodriguez was already pretty deep in the corner. Thomas just good understanding to get out of the way. And Rodriguez, I think, didn't realize where he was.
Hey, if I'm a shooter like Rodriguez, I'm not turning the ball over. I'm just shooting it.
Fall away, Hamilton, friendly bounce. 8-point lead, Cincinnati. 4.5 to play. Miller.
Yeah, when you have, this is where the Bearcats are going to figure out who's the guy down low. Because if you're going through these dry spells, you have to get, which I believe Baba Miller, their best player, the basketball and let him figure it out. Because he's a great passer. You can play off of him. And then you got a weak side rebounder in Cham ready to rebound and dunk it in. But when you start running around and you just pass the ball on the perimeter and you're looking to jack up threes, when you're going back and forth in a tight game, get it to your best player, let him ride you. So, and then as a coaching staff, you gotta point that out and say, you know what, let's run some direct plays to get Miller going. I know the free-flowing offense is great and you can do read and react, but there's times in the game going forward, especially against Dayton and other of the non-conference powerhouses going forward that the Bearcats are going to play. You're going to have to start working on some of this because Dayton right now is not going to let Cincinnati do some of the things that they're doing right now. Every game you get closer and closer to putting together a game plan to stop the other team.
Well, we'll find out what Jonas Hayes draws up here. He wanted to get it to beam down low, but right through the big fella's hands. Long outlet over to Miller. Now Cham. He'll try from three. Cincinnati's corralled a lot of the long rebounds tonight.
There you go. There you go. Get on that block and quickly get to the middle and get you that jump hook. He's got a
season for both teams. I think, Terry, it's fair to say Cincinnati, compared to their game on Monday against Western Carolina, has not looked as good. Georgia State has looked better than they played against Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, the Eastern Michigan game got away from him. It wasn't indicative of this team and what he has assembled. But let me talk about this. The Bearcats missing 9 free throws. Part of my opener, one of the keys. These things come back to bite you. You have a bigger cushion if you made 9 more free throws. It's a 9-point game. It'd be an 18-point game if you're making your free throws. But you have to be able to finish possessions, whether that be a defensive stop, and that's 5 fouls.
And right as you're talking about defensive stops, they thought they had one, but Harris is fouled out with 3:43 to go. So keep that in mind, Terry. Earlier in the game when Harris came in, Georgia State went scoreless for, I think, 2.5, 3 minutes. Now with Harris out for the final 3:43, how can that open up their offense?
Well, you don't have a menace guarding you right now. He's the Bearcats' best defender. You gotta, you know, I thought that was a cheap one, but what Georgia State is doing is they're attacking the closeout. So when you're closing out and the Bearcats are doing a poor job of getting in the space to take away the shot of the Panthers, they're just slow on the reaction. The ball is being whipped around by Georgia State to their shooters. And I don't know what he called right there. That could have been on Cham, if anything. But once again, they're just playing comfortable now. You don't want a visitor in your home playing comfortable.
Hamilton makes them both. Harris out for the rest of the night. 9-point game. Hamilton 9 of 9. Conversely, speaking of the woes for Cincinnati, Hamilton has answered the call. Thomas had a good look at 3, but wanting to use more clock here late in the game. Miller through the contact.
Miller back to man, pump fake, used the elbow to get into the defender. The defender tried to block the shot, but ran into the elbow. I mean, look at this back down. He uses it and then just takes his elbow and just busts through the arm of the defender, Chappelle, and gets the soft touch for the basket and one to see if he can convert.
That's more one of those design play there, is isolation on the block there that you were talking about, something designed for Miller.
You know, what you got to do as a coach at times is play through your best player until he misses 2 in a row. If a guy's got it going, you don't go around and try to keep everybody happy and just free-flowing offense. Play through your best player, let him eat. And when he misses 2 in a row, you can pass the ball around.
Knocked away from Hamilton. Thomas right in his face near midcourt. Ticking towards 3 to play. Hamilton muscling up and in. He's finding his groove, especially off that one leg fall away. Jump. Turnaround. Yes.
Oh, little dream shake.
And whistles come in. Hamilton is down, yeah.
Oh.
He's waving to the bench not to bring anyone in. I wonder if he got a knee.
I wonder if he's cramping.
Yeah. And went immediately to that hamstring. So good to see Hamilton stay in the game, shaking that off. Trading buckets here the last couple of minutes. A touch foul up top while we have a moment down to Kelsey.
Anthony, the story of how Baba Miller ended up with the Cincinnati Bearcats is an interesting one. The Bearcats recruited him this offseason when they really wanted to get better offense on this roster. And they didn't think they were going to have a chance with him. He said, I'm going to go back to FAU, but they held on with hope because he didn't announce it after he decided that he wanted to return to FAU. His agent then called the Bearcat staff and said, Baba's rethinking things. And Wes Miller and his staff saw a door open and they closed it to make sure that Baba became a Cincinnati Bearcat, and that's working out well for them.
Thank you, Kelsey. He has certainly made an impact through 2 games, back-to-back double-doubles. Long pass down the other end to Bayev. Couldn't handle it near the backboard, so back to Georgia State down 12 with 2.5 to play.
And these are teaching moments as Coach Miller as he shuffles players in and out. He always has a word to say with them. Just doesn't let them go sit down.
Thomas takes it away. And a 2-on-1 the other way. Miller, always known for the highlight reel.
He ran that floor, and Day-Day Thomas was looking, ready to go up and dunk it, and he saw Miller call for it. Just a little shuffle pass for the dunk.
Time ticking away here for the Panthers. Eno long 2. They got a lot of guys in that mid-range spot where they like to shoot it. Chum, the answer immediately at the other end on the oop.
Get rim run. See, this is how games get away from you. You're playing great, and then all of a sudden you don't get back in transition, and it starts to pull away from you, and Coach Hayes is livid. Tape on me with somebody and then give our secrets away. No, play somebody that I'm playing. Don't try to get a game with somebody I booked.
Now reach in on Thomas at the top of the key.
And that's just, it's not a good foul.
Cincinnati, conversely, we've mentioned it a couple of times, the Dayton game on Tuesday night. That'll be a big one. Mount St. Mary's after that, and then gets a little bit tougher with Louisville, the number 11 team in the country. How about the job Pat Kelsey has done, getting the Cardinals back to national relevance? And then further on, as we mentioned, Xavier, Clemson, Georgia in the month of December.
Yeah, West Virginia. They actually played Mount St. Mary's. The Bearcats will play Mount St. Mary's. And the Panthers played Eastern Michigan, and the Bearcats played Eastern Michigan. So that's what I'm talking about, this round robin, so to speak, of teams.
Entry feed to Chum. Mismatch with Hamilton.
Top step.
Right back, the little give and go. And too strong off the window. Rebound to Eno. Ticking to 1 minute to go in the contest. Brown. Gets his feet twisted. Chappelle, baseline. Nice drive.
Yeah, blocked the shot. I want to see Chom get mean. He's so skilled. But that was a beautiful drive with the use of the left hand.
74-64. Georgia State not fouling yet. Chum. Back out to Abayev. Open three. Thomas tracks down the rebound. And now for Georgia State, if you want to continue the game, you got to think about fouling. And they won't do it.
Nah, it's too late to foul. You're just adding points to the margin of defeat.
6-second difference, shot in game clock. Georgia State just going to play this one out tonight. Shot clock violation. Cincinnati will take the time off the clock rather than the points. Well, 5.8 to go. Cincinnati is going to win this game, but not without having to claw and scratch for everything.
Needless to say, who's the player of the game? Miller with 24 points and 11 rebounds. Three
One
block
last
shots.
shot. Brown too short, and that's it. It was a dogfight end to end. Georgia State led early. Cincinnati had runs. Panthers made it close, but Cincinnati too much in the end. 74.